Smart rings aren't smart. There's a revelation for you, but think about it for a second. You can't tell time with them. You can't send quick text replies if you wanted to. You can't ring up the voice assistant. You wouldn't even know when you get an app notification, for crying out loud. See what I mean? They aren't smart, just glorified fitness trackers for your fingers. And that's precisely why they're awesome and perfect for you. For this episode, I'm going to compare RingConn's Gen 2 versus Ultrahuman's Ring Air. Let's see which can outdumb the other. The RingConn Gen 2 retails for $300 and it comes in royal gold, rose gold, which is a new one, matte black, as well as this future silver. Now for $350, the Ultrahuman Ring Air comes in bionic gold, aster black, matte gray, space silver, and this one, which is raw titanium. Now the sizes for the RingConn range from 6 to 14, while the Ultrahuman does 5 to 14. Both of these rings are size 11s in case you're wondering, but their dimensions are significantly different. So for example, thickness for the RingConn is 2.25 millimeters at its thinnest point, which is left and right here because of its squircle shape, which is more rounded, and the top and bottoms, you'll find the thinnest points here. This is with the epoxy layer included. Without it is around 2 millimeters. Now this is versus 2.7 millimeters all around for the Ultrahuman. The width of this, very different, 6.8 millimeters for the Gen 2 and 8.2 millimeters for the Ring Air. The weight is 3 grams for size 11 for the RingConn and 3.6 grams for the Ultrahuman. Ironically, despite the slimmer build, battery life on this thing is 10.5 days during my time with it easy, as opposed to Ultrahuman, which struggles to get 5 days. Now, both of these have 100 meters water resistance rating. The RingConn also adds IP68 dust water resistance for what it's worth. Now for sensors, the Ultrahuman and RingConn both have PPG, skin temperature, motion, heart rate, and SpO2 sensors. In the box with the Ultrahuman Ring Air is this charger puck or dock or whatever you want to call it. It sits on any kind of flat surface. It has rubberized feet at the bottom here. It has decent weight to it so it doesn't like go sliding all over the place. USB-C charging on the port right here. When you have it plugged in, there's a purple LED that comes on to show you that it's ready. Ultrahuman logo right there. Now if I slot the ring right here at the bottom, and the light will start pulsing to show you that it's charging. As easy as that. For the RingConn, you get this charging/storage case. It's mostly metal. It has a lid to protect it. You can carry this with you on a trip and keeps the ring protected. And by the way, this has an internal battery, so it has up to 150 days of extra charge. So you don't have to bring a cable, just slot the ring in and you're good to go. This also has rubberized feet at the bottom, a little bit on the large side, but it's a nice compromise in my opinion. Ultrahuman wins here with a more compelling, more comprehensive and interactive app. It allows you to interpret your scores quicker in a friendlier format. Now RingConn's looks good too and has steadily updated the interface and feature set over the months, but ultimately has less contextual and actionable items than its compatriot, such as training recovery, because there is none. And one of my favorite bits on the Ultrahuman as well, caffeine window, where the app advises on caffeine hit and drop off times based on your body weight, the time of day, and what kind of stimulants you should or shouldn't take. I do appreciate the at-a-glance wellness balance graphic front and center on the RingConn app. It kind of gamifies the process by encouraging you to feel the pedals every day. This app does present tons of data when you drill into it, but it guides the user through what they're seeing and what they do with them a lot less than Ultrahuman's version. Whichever ring you choose, data privacy is solid, although when it comes to sharing or pulling the data to and from third-party services, Ultrahuman has a much bigger selection. For activity and bio data, I compare these rings to two of my best performing activity watches in my arsenal right now, the Coros Pace Pro and the Amazfit T-Rex 3. And for heart rate, I threw in the bicep-mounted Coros heart rate monitor into the mix, sometimes around the house, but mostly for outdoor activity comparison. So straight up, neither of these beat out the other in terms of data collection performance. Obviously, we're not going to get like medical grade accuracy, but they come very close, with extra props to the RingConn Gen 2 for consistently capturing BPM, heart rate variability, and sleep data with like scary accuracy. The Ring Air falls behind on sleep recognition for some reason, frequently mistaking me chilling in bed on my phone or laptop before falling asleep as actual sleep time. Like a couple of nights ago, where both my watch and the RingConn correctly estimated my sleep at a little past 5 hours. I know it's horrible. The Ring Air added 3 hours on top of that because it had confused my time watching Oppenheimer for actual sleep. The Ultrahuman can track more than 100 activities in contrast to just 4 to the RingConn, but if you need GPS, both are tied to your phone. Now, RingConn's workout tracking is also a little bit of a hit or miss, especially for high-intensity heart rates, struggling more than the Ultrahuman to filter out extraneous readings, usually caused by noise from random multi-axis finger movements. Now, every ring has to deal with that issue with their own algorithms. It's just that some are more polished than others. And in this one, there's still work to be done. So in this scenario, at a pinch, one is better than the other, but I'll still recommend using a proper fitness watch. When I first put in the order, I was really rooting for the Ring Air's supposedly tungsten carbide coated titanium to be the toughest here. Well, surprise, surprise, my friends. The ring surface had hairline scratches within the first 12 hours of ownership, and by week 3, it was looking like the surface of an ice skating rink. Otherwise, structurally, this thing is as solid as they come though. But by contrast, the RingConn Gen 2 has sustained way less wear and tear. Actually, it looks practically brand new considering that I've had this for 2 weeks longer than the Ultrahuman, for what it's worth. Hands down, the winner is RingConn. It's the most comfortable and invisible of all the rings I've worn so far. Say what you want to say about the whole squircle shape and all that. The Gen 2 is also the only ring that handles finger swelling the best, somehow being the only one that I can slide off without too much fuss, despite the fact. By comparison, other models, the Ring Air included, are harder edged and wider, so are more intrusive when you say clench your fist around a bike handlebar or a lean bar on the train. You can definitely feel it against your bones when you're using, say, a hammer or a cleaver. Which actually brings me to the topic of endurance. Like, how in the world does the thinner and shallower RingConn manage twice the runtime of the Ultrahuman? It's not like the Ultrahuman runs more background services and all that. And not only that, guys, the included case with 150 days worth of extra charge, talk about untethered endurance. Are you kidding me now? So yeah, if battery life is high on your list, no brainer. A very important aspect to consider about both of these is that the price of entry includes the ring, the charger, and no stupid subscription fees. That's how it should be. So shame on Aura and maybe even Samsung, because even though the Galaxy Ring doesn't do subscriptions, you need to pay more for a Samsung phone if you don't have one to fully unlock the Ring's features. Now, there is buzz that RingConn and Ultrahuman could start charging fees in the future at any time they want, but I also heard that if they do, products sold prior to the change, i.e. the ones we're looking at today, could be grandfathered into the services. But anyways, do you know what you never have to pay subscription fees for? Subscribing to this channel. Yes, I went there. It's a shameless plug, but I desperately need it. So click it right now. Subscribe. Thank you very much. From a data experience standpoint, the Ultrahuman Ring Air is fantastic, guys. The large amount of information that the sensors pool is disseminated in a truly easy to grasp way, suggesting action items and even coaching the user to improve aspects of their health or wellness habits. In fact, it reminds me a lot of Aura's platform. So if you're looking for that specifically, maybe even also more ring colors and sizing options, then the Ring Air is at the top of its game. Now, I have read and seen many reviews during the initial release of the RingConn Gen 2 many months ago, where it's not the highest ranking or didn't place well at all compared to other brands, which doesn't honestly reflect my experience with the Ring at all. So either I'm dreaming or RingConn itself has made significant improvements since those reviews. The app, sure, is less mature than the best, but the accuracy is spot on, battery life is stress-free, I love the durability and the standout uniqueness of the squircle shape. Yeah, as it stands, guys, this is my favorite fitness tracker ring of the year.